into a pocket or a purse. But it is also very powerful enough to provide LTE access for as many as 5 devices at the same time. These 3 mobile devices from Samsung offer Verizon consumers choice to device which 4G LTE experience fits them the best. As a leader in 4G technology innovations, Samsung is fully committed and ready to offer a variety of LTE devices for users to enjoy speed, connectivity, and rich multimedia content. Thank you for your time, and have a great week at CES. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Okay, I want to thank Samsung again for bringing those products to us at the first half of the year. Before we wrap up, I have a couple of other products I just want to introduce to you. So first, the HP Pavilion Notebook. It has a dual-core processor and a high-def display. We're also bringing to market the compact netbook. Its lightweight design weighs in at less than 3.2 pounds, so just almost at 3 pounds. And then we also have a Novotel MiFi. It's an intelligent mobile hotspot, fits in the palm of your hand. You can share both the 4G and the 3G network with 5 Wi-Fi devices. And then earlier today, we also announced 2 Motorola products. First is the Motorola Droid Bionic. It's a 4G smartphone. It has Android with Adobe Flash, HTML5, a front-facing VGA camera, and a rear-facing 8-megapixel camera. And the Motorola Zoom tablet, 10.1-inch tablet, Android 3.0, Honeycomb, and Adobe Flash Player, mobile hotspot for up to 5 Wi-Fi devices. So look for all of these devices to come to market in the first half of the year, with some coming as early as March. So if I could now ask Dan and Tony to join me back onto the stage, we'll take some questions from the audience.
I also want to thank Marnie and all of our business partners that helped us showcase these devices and applications. We appreciate that. But we have been talking to you a lot about our network. We've been talking to you about our devices and our applications. We would be happy to take some questions from you now. So we have folks spread throughout the audience here. If you would just raise your hand, one of them will get our attention and we'll get started. Number 4, please. Number 1? Okay. We'll do number 1.
Thank you. Mark Sullivan from PC World. Very exciting about the 4G network and the devices. What could you say about the idea that, I mean, we're seeing some really, really fast speeds right now from the LTE network, but once all these data-hungry devices begin connecting to the network, are we going to see some degradation in speed and performance, or are there some extra things that you're doing with network architecture to prepare for that?
Okay, Tony.
Yeah, great question. When we publicly stated that our expectation was going to be 5 to 12 megabits per second, we're thinking about a network that is loaded. We're thinking about a network that has, customers utilizing the devices and services we talked about here. So while we have stated 5 to 12, those of you who have used our service today, you recognize that our service today is providing speeds at the high ends of those ranges and also above those ranges. When I got here yesterday, got to the hotel, first thing I did on the 16th floor is launch my USB stick, and I was getting 16 megabits per second. Okay? So we fully expect 5 to 12 to be supported as we load the network.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, please.
Yes, hi, Miriam Jor with Engadget. I've got a couple of questions for you. The first one is, have you worked on battery life optimizations? Obviously, that's a big issue for 4G networks. And then the other question is related to global roaming. There are going to be LTE networks in other parts of the world at different frequencies. And of course, you already have a SIM card in the device, so you could possibly fall back to a 3G network on a GSM network. I'm curious about these 2 things, please.
Okay, Tony.
Yep. So let me start with the battery performance. we've spent a lot of time working with our suppliers, with Qualcomm, et cetera, making sure that we optimize the devices in the network to give the battery life that our customers expect. So there's many parameters that we can work with. That's part of the work we're doing today, and we feel very confident when we launch these devices that there will be a battery performance in these devices that meet our customers' expectations. With regard to roaming, absolutely, the devices will be able to take advantage over the course of this year as we build some back-end infrastructure to be able to roam overseas utilizing 3GPP networks, whether it's LTE if it's available, or if LTE is not available, then HSPA or GSM GPRS.
Okay. Number 3 in the back here. We can have that microphone up, please.
Ramu Sikra from a company called Quick. What's your pricing models for 4G?
I'm sorry, the pricing models for 4G. So we are not announcing any pricing today. Marnie might want to comment, but I think she'll say the same thing. We're not announcing pricing on devices today, and we're not announcing pricing on our rate plans.
The only thing I would comment on is that today in the marketplace for 4G with our USBs, we do have 2 price plans that are in the market, $50 for 5 gig, $80 for 10